All right, let's cut straight to the chase. Here's the bottom line. If I go in right now to YouTube, right, like I always do just to see what's up with the scene, and I go to efootball, in particular, let's say in Dominator, who I really respect, then I'm maybe checking on let's say Nick runs a foot market, or you know what, let's say Inception.
Your perfect domain.
And then last but not least, let's even say Nick runs the foot market. Who, as much as I think he needs to do more of this, this was huge and a great statement that he made here. So, let's go into this real quick. See if I can find this video. It's all right. That's okay. So, cutting straight to the point. Every football game right now is in a bad spot. There's not one football game out at this very moment that you could say is good. Goals is the next football game to come, and I personally have high hopes because it reminds me of a game that this game we're looking at, eFootball, should remind me of more. There's glimpses of it in eFootball, but the classic PES from 6 all the way to 13 and a lot of the games in between, but those two stick out as like the Mona Lisas of Konami's work within the football gaming franchise, right? All their winning 11s, Pro Evos, International Superstar Soccer, all that. 6 and 13 stick out. Just like with FIFA, you can go all the way back to like 99 to 15 to whatever your favorite years were, right? But the bottom line is, when we're talking about our favorite football games from these franchises, they're all older. None of the more recent games, right? You could argue many of the old games. You could even go prior consoles and like remember the crazy addition of a certain pass or the ability to actually tackle, like for the old school players like myself, the true OGs that come from the pixelated Nintendo, Sega, all that, FIFA 94, right? ISS 96, whatever, right? Or really, they did the numbers back then, not the years for Konami for the most part. They didn't switch to the numbers till later, probably off of an effort to copy FIFA. For some reason, they had this fascination over the years, I guess because of the numbers, to copy FIFA even when they shouldn't have. But all of this stuff culminates in where football games are now, right? The attention to details, it didn't mean crap on the pitch. These companies started focusing on not taking care of all the nonsense that players would try to abuse, and so they would worry about adding the tattoos on the players and putting shadows on the pitch, which ended up being a nuisance, and all this stupid stuff that doesn't matter. There was a time when shadows on the pitch was like considered a big deal to FC, right? And Konami's done it too. But the bottom line is, along the way, it stopped being about football, and that's where the rat losers come into this. Now, here's the thing. When you're watching these videos, right, whether you're talking about in Dominator, who's someone I truly respect in the eFootball world and all football gaming, right, or you're talking about Inception. You guys know how I feel. Inception's the OG of true FC content, in my opinion, where all these other modern day content creators are just bullshitters, right? To a certain extent. I also respect this guy, even though I could say that he veers off the path sometimes in both the way he plays and some of his takes. But either way, both of these guys, as well as in Dominator over in eFootball, pretty much paint the picture for where we're at with football games, right? Never are people happy with FC. So let's go to today then. As we speak, the FC Pro Championship's going on, and it was an insanely awesome tournament. Obviously, they're playing LAN. Anders Vergang was dominating two of the best players in the world outside of himself, right? And then he made it to the final, and we were going to watch that final because the football had been great the whole time. But then you go in and play to finish off my champs. I'm like 8-2, 9-2, whatever. I go in and play, and rat after rat with the worst gameplay I've had all weekend, which coincidentally typically happens against these rat losers who, just because of delay doesn't mean that they have to go for exploits, but they choose to do that, right? We all know these players that I'm talking about. That's what this video pretty much talks about, the terrible connection in FC, where a 15-0 PC player doesn't even finish because it was so bad. He didn't even finish champs on console because it was so bad, guys. This is one of the biggest content creators for the game. What does that tell you for all of us like me that are console players, right? You always hear about, outside of the terrible connection and everything, how bad this game is overall from these guys like Inception and Nick and many others too. And eventually it gets to the point where no matter how good the FC Pro Championship was today, right, with Vergang really showcasing great football, and the other guys he beat were too, and it was set to be a great final, I'm sure it is, but we don't get to play that game, especially if you're on console. If you're on PC, same thing, especially with hackers and stuff like this. So the LAN stuff that you see in all the great football, which sometimes it can get ratty in FC Pro, which is why the pro scene isn't that big. But another reason why it isn't so big and successful is because we, at home, don't get to play the football these guys are playing in FC Pro, right? We're not playing LAN, for one. And for two, you have so many rat losers that see that the game struggles in the server department, the delay and stuff, and they use it as a way to serve as a crutch to make up for their lack of skill, to the point where it is pointless to play the game. Now that brings me to eFootball and Smart Assist. Now you see here, Smart Assist, lag, pay to win. I don't even have to click in this video for you to see that eFootball has a lot of the same problems I am talking about. There is no doubt. Notice that I didn't say eFootball is the only good game. I said every football game is in a terrible spot right now, right? I have high hopes for goals, but I'm smart enough from my experience with UFL when it came out to know that you don't count your chickens before they hatch. The devs at goals have to do a lot of work to get the game to where it truly can be what we, the believers in goals, feel like it can be. However, it doesn't mean I don't want these other football games to succeed. It's just the bottom line is, once you give all these games enough time, eventually you got to make a choice to stay miserable playing nonsense when you truly just want to enjoy good football, or make a change. And right now, Goals is down, preparing for beta and then full release, culminating in the start of the World Cup, right? FC is so bad to play on console that even their biggest content creator, who's on average like 13 to 15 win player in champs, can't even finish the champs and ends up 8-4. I went through this exact thing. You go through it every time. And when you face these players at the end, these rat losers do not play football. They care so much about their rewards, or maybe they're such losers in life they got to get a win at something, right? And it's very similar, these losers, and how they use the bad connection, the inconsistent gameplay, as eFootball with Smart Assist, because these losers rely on the AI to make their decisions. The only difference is they get to say, oh, Konami put it in the game, don't get mad, it's part of the game. No. You are a loser, bro. You're letting the AI make all your decisions. You know you're terrible and you're wasting your time when you're not doing anything. You're letting a computer accomplish things for you. And so we gave FC more than a fair shot, doing an Evos to glory, trying to make the game fun where it was dull, right? And actually having a lot of fun in a lot of the modes, even in Rivals, climbing very quickly up the ranks. But then you get into Champs, and all the losers come out. Oh, I can get a Team of the Year maybe. I showed everyone because I earned my Team of the Year pick, right? It's pointless. You don't even get much of a chance. And even if you could get a Team of the Year, what's the point when you losers aren't even playing football? You see, oh, there's a lay. I can just spam crosses. Oh, there's a lay. I can just spam player lock through ball. And I know this because when there's a lay, I know what I have to do to move and be able to even compete. And you can tell when these opponents try to exploit that instead of just trying to play football, right? The best thing that happened to show an example of that is I beat a player 5-0 that was going through the same things I'm talking about. And I showed him I had 91 depth. He thought I was parking the bus. It's a FC mechanical problem where your defense pins in as stupid as it is. And then he was talking about the delay and didn't realize like it had nothing to do with me. But then the biggest thing he says, no, I know you didn't play like a rat because I scored a bunch of good goals and played good football. It's just the delay, FC EA Sports problem, and the defense that gets pinned back no matter your depth, EA Sports problem. These other losers that are rats don't score any good goals. They don't play any good football. They try to exploit the bad connection. You see the difference there, right? The connection part, let's forget about. Let's forget that they could be playing on hot spots. Let's forget that they, without a doubt, can affect the connection of the game, which we've shown millions of times in PlayStation tournaments and like in Rivals and talk to our opponents, right? But we don't have to go into that. Let's forget that. Let's just talk about the way they decide to play when there's bad connection. That's what turns FC into a pointless game, because no matter how good the showcase of FC Pro was today, where you're like, I'll never be as good as these top 1% players, but I can improve in this area, this area, this area. It gives you something motivating to work towards, and it was great football on display. But you can't play it when you're on console, or especially with the inconsistent gameplay, and that even goes for PC. So in comes eFootball, and because of this man right here in Dominator, who didn't give up on the game, but also is not shutting up about the bullshit, just like I am not shutting up about the bullshit, right? And so either by the time Goals comes out, I'm so sick of these football games like UFL. Probably that's damn near at delete the game, unfollow, never want to see anything about it again. FC is close to that, which sucks because the FC Pro was so good. Even the champs overall went good outside of a few ratty games, and then you get to that point where these rat losers are so, I gotta get my Team of the Year chance, I gotta get it, and they turn into just pieces of crap. And football goes out the window. Players running into each other, passes 10 seconds delayed, shots not going off, balls running through players, opponents using exploit after exploit. And then they end up being low division, low ranked shit players anyway. So it's like, what was the point? You don't make any money doing this. You don't have any motivation to play like a rat loser, where I could see, okay, I'm in the FC Pro Championship. I need to win 6 figures, 7 figures, whatever it is. Or even like 50,000, 20, 10,000. And if you resort to rat stuff, at least it's like, bro, it was for 100 grand, 50 grand. These losers are sitting there, and if anything, they would just only want to play to enjoy football, and they still don't do that. It's like they lose so much in life, they have to win at something. I don't know. I'm guessing, but they're all the same when you talk to them, when you see them play, and not one of them has achieved anything. So what does that have to do with eFootball? Well, the bottom line is this. eFootball, as in Dominator is shown, right? You can still play beautiful football. You have glimpses of it. And even though he's like a top 1% player, and I'm nowhere near that in eFootball, if Konami smartens up, they have the ability to get rid of Smart Assist. Whereas EA Sports, whether it's outdated game engine, terrible servers, or a combination of those, they lied to us and acted like they fixed it last year, and they clearly didn't. And so they clearly have no idea what the true issue is, whereas we know the biggest issue in eFootball Smart Assist. Then there's other things, but once you knock down the giant that makes this game trash, which is Smart Assist. You chop the head off the snake. We'll take care of the rest of the body, no matter how much bullshit there is. But Smart Assist has to go first. So in the meantime, we play. We see if one, we can smash it into the ground or not. And for two, we see if the football over here is any better. But I can tell you one thing is for certain, and that is it is pointless playing any football game where the goal is not to play actual football. If your goal is to win, but winning means not playing football, and you still do it, and it's not for money, it's not because you're like a top 10 ranked player and that's how you got there and you're like obsessed with being top ranked, like those, you're still a loser, but at least you can see and understand. But if you're just someone that loves football games, so you play a football simulator and instead you just don't play football, you go for exploits, there's no reason for that. Something's wrong with you. And like these content creators will stop short of saying it, whether they don't want to be canceled maybe, or they bite their tongue because they feel like they might alienate some of their followers. Or I'm never going to bite my tongue. I'm being deadly honest, right? These losers ruin these games. The development companies make a lot of mistakes too, but ultimately the players can decide how they play. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to play without Smart Assist with the hopes that from the leadership of guys like Indominator that are OGs of actual eFootball, whereas I'm a newer eFootball guy. I'm a classic PES guy my whole life, right? But eFootball, as soon as it came out on PS5 and I saw how bad it was, I wouldn't even have gave it a chance. That's where I got to shout out Galfano. I see him on X sometimes. He's not really part of the community anymore. But initially, when we were both playing UFL, he's the one who talked me into trying out eFootball. So I still got to give him props for that. Otherwise, I may have never tried this game after how bad the initial release was on PS5. So here we are. We're at eFootball. We have a couple months till the beta, but let's say 4, 5, 6, however many months till World Cup and / the start of goals. Out of all my community, guys like Phil, who I already see in the chat, right? Out of all my community, this game is the best community we've constructed. The biggest would be UFL, but the best, I'm talking where I got, and I'm not saying there weren't good guys in UFL too. A lot of them came over from UFL and are the heart of my eFootball community, such as Phil. But if you put all these minds together, maybe, just maybe, we can put enough of a dent, or in this time period, we will see the end of Smart Assist. And it would go back to like it was when I first started playing, where there was no Smart Assist in rank. Now, there was an events. It would be nice to get rid of it altogether. But at least getting rid of it for ranked games would be huge. Now, we're 3-0. I want to show you this just to make sure you understand. This is I already went the route of, if they're going to use Smart Assist, so am I. I can't do it, guys. It makes the game pointless. Just like how I don't understand how these rat losers play how they do, but they do over in FC. I feel like the biggest idiot when I'm letting the computer make my decisions. It's pointless. It's a waste of my time. So we're going Smart Assist off. Semi-assist cursor change. You see this. Level 2 passing. I might eventually move that to level 3, but I remember not liking level 3 as much. You see everything else there. Okay. If I go into the training ground, I want to test out a few things real quick. So within these few months, are we going to see history made? Are they going to get rid of Smart Assist where like Konami actually fixes something they messed up? Or are we going to see the continued downfall of this game and Goals just comes and takes over? Or do you see this head-to-head thing where Goals is coming in hot, but maybe eFootball makes these changes? Like, obviously, eFootball doesn't give you a very good reason to believe them. But you never know, right? All right, so on. Double touch is over, right? Okay. All right. That's all I wanted to get down. Then Oh, never mind. I remember how to do the... Wait, no, I don't. One more thing, because you never know with the free kicks. That's how long it's been, guys. But I came in from time to time and played, and the one thing that never gets old is the corners and set pieces on this game are so realistic. But I want to make sure I can showcase it right. So Platini's typically my guy. Is he still my guy? Oh, I did this team. It don't matter. I just want to practice. Oh, it's curl is the left. So I'm here. Trying to remember this free kick. Okay, so boom, from here. I think it's a right stick, right? Until the day on. Okay, here we go. Training. Dream team. Should be Platini's my guy. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Love the kits, by the way. Egypt, good job. It's a left stick. Now I remember. See, once Platini's on the ball, I remember it. It's this. Wait. 11 to... I can't remember my exact... How to curl it. 12-6. I remember it was like... I forgot my curl. I forgot my curl, bro. Is it curling with the right stick? Or it's the left stick, and then I forgot, hold on. It's crazy how easy it is, the free kicks in other games, to where you actually have to work on it. But then it's, I remember it was like, all right, so it hit it with his outside of his foot. So if I want to go inside, that went downwards. Man, I was so good at these before. This just shows you how easy free kicks are in other games. They have a line and everything. It's so dumb. There it is. So that was low. So it's like the curl of the ball. So let's go 6 to 12 bottom. Bottom up. and it rises, see? So if I want to go up, down, outside of the foot, I would go like this. Outside of the foot again. Say straight. All right, we'll keep practicing. 7 o'clock or 5. So 7. Let's try it one more time. It's 9. There's 5. It's not what we wanted. So it's boom. So it's like this. Okay, hold on. Let's go 1 o'clock. Let's go. It's crazy. I forgot how to do it. Sorry, guys. I always get into this because I love them. So, okay, so hold on now. One more. Hold the right stick in the direction. I'll practice them later. I know you guys don't want to watch it, but man, I got so good at those for a while, guys. But we'll have to go back. It's crazy, but this is why I hate switching up. This is why I hate switching up the games because, and now here's the other risk. Goals went the route of FC, dude. In a lot of ways. Meaning, what I notice about FC is there's more details, but it's super fast, even faster than goals, and like going back to goals. But it's just too far away, and like I just do not see a world in which I'm noticing they're giving away a lot more coins and stuff. I do not see a world where you can have a game that can produce what it can produce. Like, bro, when I watch in Dominator, he's the, besides this community with Phil leading the charge, a guy like in Dominator is the number one player that I like respect him. Like when I watch him, right? When I watch him, it makes me motivated to play eFootball. But when I watched FC Pro today, I had that same feeling. But the difference is, while like the smart assist in this game ruins it, but the difference is in FC, it's not something that EA Sports can just come and nerf and take out or change. It's arguable what causes, like some people say servers, and they like, okay, well then can't they add servers? No, it's because this and this, and some say it's like the game engine's so outdated, and they're to the point where they can't like go back now. They're already past the point of no return, and it's like, well, which one? Like what? And then EA lies and says they fixed a problem when they didn't. So it makes you just not have much like trust in them. But then you play a game like this, and you have this football like this that can be played. Oh, nice defense. But you actually have football that can be played, right? You like as stupid as their defensive system can be, right? As dumb as a lot of stuff can be, the ability to pass the ball and move is never matched. Is never matched. Like eFootball is crushing it. And we got a Smart Assist user. So we can either turn on Smart Assist and whoop them, or we can just try to beat them without it. I say we try to beat them without it. Otherwise, it's no point. But that's all it takes. That's what these guys do, right? Ah. All right. So I'm probably going to do this. See, like, this is my problem, guys. When I play these guys, I can't stand this. I can't stand it. So I'm probably going to, as much as I know I'm going to be the better player, that's where Dominator is not only more... Oh, my God. It does feel good doing it without Smart Assist, though. Thanks, Odez. I appreciate you, bro, for sure. Dude, it does feel way better doing it without Smart Assist. But it's so hard. You guys see how, like, this... But look at the difference at the Rats. Now, let's play this through. If you've played FC or watched my streams, let's talk this through. So you see what I'm dealing with, right? We all know, if you've played, how these players you like abuse Smart Assist. It fixes all their bad passes, gives them these crazy shots, right? Good D. Good D. Good. Yes. Oh, I thought he was watching the wrong one. Yes. Boom. You're through. Yes. Oh, what a run too. Oh, it's not FC. I can't do that. See, I got to learn that part. I got to learn that part. All I had to do was chip him, guys. But I'm learning. I'll get that straightened out. Like I said, there's some things that are more unrealistic, unfortunately. It makes you just want to say, fuck this game, bro. Doesn't it? Doesn't Smart Assist? Doesn't it? But we can always just turn it on. Let's see how it goes before half. We got a free kick. Oh, come on, bro. Screw it, dude. Screw these types of players. Let's go whoop their ass. Let's whoop his ass with it. Screw it. Let's teach him a lesson. Maybe if I had a better day not playing these losers already. But let's fucking smoke them. Let me show you. Look how easy this becomes. Watch this. Watch how easy this becomes. You'll see. Watch how easy. Maybe eventually, if it wasn't our first game, but this is my first Smart Assist player in the last 3 games. It's just so annoying that you can just whoop their ass, and then it's so easy for them to... Look, every pass is perfect. Red card. Give him a red. Eventually he's going to get reds. So now we turn on Smart Assist and we're just going to smoke him. Oh, yeah, I got you now. You're a smarter sister? So am I now. Oh, come on. When they have smart assist on, change pass level to 1. I'm just gonna turn on for this game and smoke them, but I'll do that in the next one for sure. Look at the difference too. It's just such a difference. It ruins the game, but we'll whoop their ass and move on. It becomes so easy. So if you guys don't know what's going on, all I gotta do is pass the ball forward like this loser's doing. But hey, it's still better. Can you imagine in bad connection games if you could just do this shit to beat the rats? Just imagine. Oh, you want to play ratty? You don't want to play football? Okay. And now they had the delay shit that you have, and they can't use it to score goals and ruin console, just like the video Nick had, where it's just like total dog shit. Imagine, bro. In that sense, it would be better, right? In that sense, it's like, bro, at least I have an answer. Like, these guys want to ruin the game and play like this? Okay. Now I'll take my skill, which is better than theirs, combine it with the shit that they're trying to do to win. Like, look at this. Oh, damn it, he got it there. And I'll just beat him over the head with it. Like, you know what I mean? In that sense, you got to appreciate that part of it. It's a really toxic way to be, but that's the game right now. That's the game right now. I wonder why I always headball those. I guess I'm aiming the wrong way. Phil, do you aim when you head those? Maybe I shouldn't even aim. Just head it and let it go straight forward. Maybe. Look at this. Perfect ball every time. Boom, boom. Look at this. Goal. We'll smoke them second half. Let's take a corner. Maybe we can get the corner. There it is. Yes! I don't even know what happened behind that wall. Let's look. Oh. I'm going to beat you over the head with it, buddy. Yeah, so I aimed too far wide. Hey, the fact that if I could have done this against those losers I finished off against FC, every one of them, low division, low rank, but they have delay. If I could have evened out the odds there, right? Oh my God. Just to get through those rat games. So in that sense, it's like, okay, Smart Assist does suck balls, by the way. But if you have to deal with it, it's way better to be able to turn it on if these fucks use it. Now, I am going to start with it off. What a save. I am going to start with it all. Okay? Off. Sorry. I'm not going to start with it on because I'd like to have it off. I don't want anybody to mistake me for one of these supporting losers that likes it. And maybe eventually I get to the point, but right now, with where my mind's at and how bad these games are and how bad it sucks dealing with all this bullshit, that's just where my mental's at. I'd rather beat them over the head with it. Maybe they'll even quit and realize, shit, dude, even if I use Smart Assist, these assholes are going to use it. No, wrong player. Great football. Look at this. Yes. You're in. I tried to be too fancy. I should have shot. Oh, what the fuck was that? What the? Come on. Yes, what a ball. What a smart assist ball. Oh. Let's substitute some guys out. Let's get Ibra out of there. Eto up top. Let's get Cruyff in here. Let's get Seedorf. Let's get Pep where Jude's at. Let's play. I'm going on until the day's gone. A lot of rust, but there's still a lot of ability to play good football. And I love that idea, man. As jaded as it is, I love the concept of, as stupid as much as we need Smart Assist gone, as much as Konami lies about how many people use it, right? The bottom line is, and this is me strictly watching in Dominator and seeing like all the players using it, what he deals with, what he's saying. He's got a lot of good points with it. Like, see, you could still play great football. And at the end of the day, having that ability, if these a-holes are going to want the AI to do everything, having the ability to answer back and fight fire with fire, as I would say, is way better than not having an answer. Feet, up, back, yep, through. Beautiful. What a goal. Beautiful ball, beautiful goal. Just the ability to create these things. And then we work to the point with the ultimate goal, hopefully of helping get rid of Smart Assist, but at the very least, being able to play. Now, who knows, man? We scored that nice goal. No Smart Assist in the first one. We had to time the through ball. Time how we're playing. Up, back, and throughs. A little too long. Beautiful. You can take that. I don't care. You ain't beating Khan with that, though. And it is pretty satisfying not having to come in and worry about that, I will say. Now, this is a way different game than anything else. I'm even going to take the time now to finish off without it. What? I triggered a stunning shot and it didn't even work. I want to play without it, so I'm going to clear the ball. Go out. Get out. Get out. Good. I want to turn it off. At least get a couple minutes without it. It's such a different feeling, this game. Different pace and everything. Okay. Now, supposedly, well, here's the thing. My boy Kami was like, "Oh, Smart Assist goes away after Division 3." Well, even though you play Division 3, 2, and 1, all plays the same players. So I guess as you move up, you play. I get it. When you're Division 3, you can play 2 and 1, so I wasn't quite sure what he meant there. But let's just say he's right, and like as you climb up and you go to Division 2, Smart Assist disappears. That'd be amazing. But in Dominator is Division 1, and he faces it all the time, so I don't think that's quite right. I was just thinking about that when he told me. I'm like, that's great news. Like, that'd be cool if you get through this hump of rats. No Smart Assist. Boom. Yes. Oh, I tried a skill move. It didn't work. Yes. Victory is in my eyes and I can't see. Yeah, Phil, there's no way I'm ready for you yet, bro, even for practice games. All right. Dude, I think I just, like, it just came to me real quick. Hold on. Boom. Up, down. So if I want up, down. Let me try this real quick. Because this is my favorite one to shoot with. Still undefeated in Division 4. Had to try on Smart Assist, though, for the first time. Didn't have to. Chose to. Again, probably just shows you where my mindset set is after all this bullshit. Alright, so hold on. Boom. Not that. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to go to training. Dream team. Free kicks. Okay, so it goes under. So if I go over, yes, okay, okay. Good. It should go straight down. Down, up. It rises. Up, down. Okay, so up, down, it drops. Okay, okay. So I need to go about 10 or 11. I remember 11 being the. Okay, here. 11 to 6. I'm going to go 11 to 7. Okay, and it goes further over. A little further out. Ooh, a little too much. Around the wall, but let's go over here. Oh, oh, nice finish. Realm. Yo. All right, let's go to the next one. Yeah, so imagine, bro. So if you're coming from FC or UFL, imagine you're playing regular football. You don't want any of the bullshit in the game, but imagine if you're playing one of these rats in FC that can only win with bad connection. Imagine if you could even out the odds. Oh, okay. I'm 3 second delay. Boom, my opponent's 3 second delay. You're playing UFL. Oh, my opponent's going for nothing but through ball glitches. Okay. Make it to where every time I through ball, it does the same thing. Like you can match them. That's what at least you can do with Smart Assist. It's so jaded, but at least while this trash is in the game, while we fight to get it removed. Like I have it off right now. If I go into an opponent and I see Smart Assist, I can choose to even out the bullshit. Or I could keep playing without it. That's a beautiful thing. Do not underestimate that. Oh, I just saw that, Phil. Hell yeah. Yeah, just with the tap, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, I just finished my champs up, dude. It was terrible, bro. It was terrible. What we watched I followed the FC Pro Championships. It was so good, dude. The football was amazing. Everything was good. Of course, they're playing on land. Going to my champs, I'm like 9-2. Fucking terrible connection. Nothing like the connection on the on land. Rat loser after rat loser. Every one of them low division, low rank. Why is that relevant? Because there's a reason why they're always low. Like they can't win anything outside of a few games because they need delay. It'd be the equivalent of you're a Division 3 player or 2 or 1 player in eFootball, and you smoke these losers all day long, these rats, but then you play them in an event, let's say that time event, whatever, eFootball, and all of a sudden you can't fucking move, and they beat you in this event because they're rat losers, but they can't do that on a regular basis. If you play them anytime in a fair game, you smoke them. That's why they're up in Division 6, 5, 7, and you're in Division 3, 2, or 1. So it's just like, at least, as stupid as Smart Assist is, at least in this game, when you play against these guys, you can respond back. Not to mention, the ability to do this and actually play good football, you gotta love it. Now, who knows though, dude? If Goals is watching this, if I were them, I'd be really pumped right now. All right, so let's do something here. Oh, that would have been sick. I scored one through Mario similar. Look at that read. We read it right. Good tackle, Bex. Beckenbauer with the tackle. Good, Romario. Ah. Good. Super cancel. Whoops. Good. Look at Romario. Ah, turn it backwards. I gotta learn the moves and be better on those skill moves. Good. Took the right angle there. Bravo. I love the tiki-taka ability. You're in. Look at this. Goal. Beautiful fucking football, boys. You just can't get this. Oh, thanks, Capella. You just can't get this type of football in FC, bro. That's why I love this narrow setup in eFootball. I don't even know what the meta is. I don't care. Boom, feet. Good. Feet. Yep. Feet. Turn it out. Wait for the overlap. Oh. I knew what you wanted, bro. Boom. 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 Oh, my God. Oh, dude. The football is ridiculous that you can play in this game, bro. Let's be deadly honest. Oh, I tried. Romario's sick on those skills. Yeah, so we're playing a Smart Assister, but we're going to keep it off this time. We know what he wants to go for. Good. All the way up to feet. Good. Back. Through. Good. Touch hit. Oh, come on. Oh, I tried. Get out of here, bro. Good. Feet. Boom. Feet. 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 Turn out. Hit. Oh. He's man marking my Ibra. It's good to know. You're in. Yes. No smart assist needed. So what is pass? I'm gonna keep it on pass level 2 since it's working out. But does pass level 1? Can you explain that, Phil? Phil is saying when an opponent uses smart assist, turn it to pass level 1. Which I'm gonna keep mine on pass level 2. But you would go in obviously smart assist off, and push this to 1. But what does it do? Does it like mess them up? All right, and our opponent says, I'm done. Bro, nobody's going to argue. Like, if it's FC Pro type of football, FC is crushing it. If you can play good connection games, FC is fun as shit. That's just the truth, whether you guys like it or not. But you don't get that 99% of the time. But one thing that is for certain, that you cannot mess with the build-up play, like the passing and moving, in eFootball. There's nothing like it. But now the real test comes. Because now we can face anybody from Division 3, 2, 1. Kind of like Boris. Did Boris come out with a new video yet? Because I love to see when he starts facing the rats in eFootball. Let's see who won the FC Pro Championship. Did Anders win? Anders won, didn't he? Oh, yeah. Smoked Emery. Look at him. He wins it all again. Look at him.
I think it was after the semi, like the haters the hater helped me, but the supporters also helped me. So I'm grateful for everyone who came here, and I hope that at least in the future, because I heard there was some queue outside, so I hope that EA will make it bigger, because I know that it's definitely possible. And when you got a box office player like me, everything is possible.
Whenever I speak to you before a event, have they helped you throughout today? And have they helped you throughout today?
You make the stadium bigger?
Congratulations 2 in a row. How are you feeling?
I don't know, bro. I don't know what to say. Like, at least now the goal discussion is over 100%. Like everyone is saying, Emre is so good in offense. I concede 1 goal. I don't know, like I can't explain to you how good I played this game. I think it's, once again, like I think our Euro, both of us, was the highest level game ever. I think this, only me, was like the highest level game from anyone in history. I don't really care. I got 100k, and everyone who's hating on me and trying to hate, I got 100k today. What did you get?
Let's talk about the crowd who are supporting you.
He said, all you haters in the crowd, I got 100k to give. What did you get? See, dude, like, that's my attitude towards all these rat losers, guys. All these rat losers that will win these games, and yes, I'm mainly talking FC but even in eFootball, if they beat you with smart assist, it's like, bro, look where you play at. Look at your level. Look what you go back to after you get a rat win. In FC, the rats from Champs earlier. You rat losers go back to low division. You rat losers never can say you competed in FC Pro. You never can say you were 10 in the world in UFL or anything. You're losers. You're failures. And it pisses people off sometimes because it sounds like you're like, God, you're being harsh. But it's like the story I told about the cheating kid at the pool tournament, billiards, right? The kid cheated. His dad's like, he's a good player. Let him play with the adults. He plays in the money tournament. He tried to knock in a ball after he missed a shot that was by him. He didn't think people would notice. He tried to knock because everyone caught him. Owner comes in, gives them their money back, says, I'll never turn down paying customers if you want to come eat or drink. But I would appreciate it if you guys never came back here. Why? The son tried to cheat, but then what was worse is the dad showed like he gets it from him. He's like, oh, it's no big deal. It's just, he's young, no big deal. It's gamesmanship, right? And it's like, no, it's like, oh, it's for a few $100. No one cares. It's just about competing and playing the sport you're playing. Billiards, if you can't make a shot, don't knock balls in. If you can't play football, don't wait for bad connection and exploit X, Y, and Z. If you can't play football, don't play eFootball and turn on Smart Assist when you're a Division 1 player. If you're in UFL and you can't play football, don't turn it on just to use a through ball glitch that locks the defenders up. Actually play football. If you're playing hockey, actually play hockey. I don't care if there's a glitch where off of a face-off you could score. There was a way back in the day a glitch in NHL to do that. Don't do it because it's pointless. I don't care if you're playing with your family with Monopoly and no one's watching you because no one's going to think there's going to be a cheater and you stuff a bunch of extra Monopoly money in your pocket. Don't do that. Compete. If you win, you win. If you lose, right? And if people catch you cheating even in a family game of Monopoly, you're going to get your ass chewed out. Rightfully so. So I love how Anders said that. Like, people hated, they wanted him to lose. And hey, he's right. You got $100,000 today. What did you get? Haters? Oh my God, look at this. Right when I leave FC. Right when I leave FC, a new one happens. Let's see what this is about. This is hilarious, guys.
This is...
Right when I leave FC. You can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. So I'm going to get these and then we're going to watch this. You can't make it up. These rat losers. What did I say earlier? Hey, rat loser, congrats. You're the person, one of the many, that everyone's talking about. Why everyone hates this game. Why it's trash. Now, maybe this is on EA Sports, what he's going to talk about. But it's all the same. Right? It's all the same. That's the bottom line. It's all the same. I'll take this team and play any day and have fun. Right? As opposed to playing that trash. So when you come into the channel and you go, what the eFootball? And you're wondering, oh, why not FC? Why not? All these games nowadays are trash. Now, I learned from UFL, we can't just assume goals automatically is going to be amazing. Do I hope? Yes. Do I hope all these games figure it out and become amazing? Yes, because it only is better for us football gamers. But right now, these games are all trash. But the one thing eFootball has that no other football game does, well, they have two things, actually. One, their rats use Smart Assist, and you have the ability in eFootball to use Smart Assist to try to battle back. Or you can get to the point where you're good enough, like, for instance, in Dominator, my boy Phil, and all the rest of my community, whether it's Boomfa, Kami, Prodigy, me and him don't get along a lot because he has this unwavering, I should say, support for eFootball, and I'm more. And I see that the game's not going. You got to be honest, not going in as good a direction as he seems to think. But I respect him because he's great for the community and he is a good player. But at least in eFootball, you can fight back against these rats by using Smart Assist 2. It doesn't matter if they're Division 1 players using it, Division 2, Division 8, right? You can choose whether or not to do it. You can't choose in FC to have perfect connection, even though you'll wish you could, and your opponent can be an absolute rat serving crosses over and over because they know you can't jump up to get them because you're delayed, or you can't mark through balls because you're delayed. In UFL, you can't mark the through balls, the through ball glitch, or R1, R2 sprint glitch. There's nothing that you can do to combat that. There's no defensive sprint glitch. So as bad as it sucks having all this trash such as Smart Assist, at least in eFootball, you can fight fire with fire, and if they're turning on, you can choose to turn it on too, with the ultimate goal of never having to even touch it, but at least you have that option. Now, it's funny that I always get the timing right. Nobody is looking at FC right now and saying, as good as FC Pro Championship was today, which it was amazing, congrats to Anders Fergang on another win, truly showcased the game in a great light, so did all the other players. They could have used the ratty stuff in the past. You see it in FC Pro. You didn't see it. Outside of a few things, it was a lot of great football. But unfortunately, it's almost worse for EA Sports because it shows what the game should be and what it actually is, especially on console, but also on PC. And it's not like this is a hidden secret. You see videos like this every single time. So, when you play rat losers like, I don't know, some low division, low rank player, Rickson13, if you look him up, he's on Twitch. He also has an FC account. I don't know what the name. He's a low division. He's a nobody, but RYXXNN13. If you're anywhere around the North America region, you're going to play him sometime, most likely, because more and more players are leaving the game now in FC when this didn't used to be the case. Now, you actually can face these players that others face. Like, there's not as small of a chance. Like, you'll run into these rat losers that I'm talking about. So remember one name, RYXXNN13. RYXXNN13. One of the worst players you'll ever play. Now, if you get a good game where you can move fine, you're going to beat them 6-7, 8-0. However, when there's bad gameplay, he's the epitome of what we're probably about to watch with Nick, but maybe he's talking about EA Sports. But because EA Sports can't fix their servers, losers like this actually waste their lives despite getting low ranks, despite never achieving anything. They couldn't show you one rank, top rank. How do I know? I offered $1,000, just like always, if I could get one screenshot. And yet, even when they beat you one game, they finish terrible rank. Even if they beat you one game, they're low level in rivals. These losers aren't only rats and ruining the game, but they're not even achieving anything from it. So, let's take a look at what Nick has to say, just so you guys could see where this game is going and why many are leaving FC, whether it's to go to goals, UFL, or eFootball.
This is the face of a broken man, a man who just played Foot Champs in January during Team of the Year. Boys, I got to make this video. Look, we made a lot of rant videos. It's funny because, honestly, if I was a...
And one of the biggest content creators that gets paid a ton of money that could just literally have fun, right? Not a loser like this Rickson13 that makes no money, doesn't have any accomplishments in the game, claims he plays for fun, but yet he's in a football simulator and can't play football. No different than the losers that I played today at the end of Champs. I mean, there's a ton of these rats, but this guy that I'm talking about is just an example. They come in all shapes and sizes, all ages, but one thing's in common. They're all failures, they're all losers, because there's not one winner you can name that would ruin the game to the point where, yes, EA Sports sucks. Yes, they should, at least if they're not going to fix their servers, make it to where these losers can't exploit the game and win without skill. But it still comes down to the fact that we as players can choose how to play. And these losers are what leads to videos like this.
A content creator, and I wanted to maximize my views this week. I would be dropping $1,000 on the store saying, oh my God, I got 4 Team of the Years, but that's just not who I am. I play this game as an RTG, and I'm infuriated today with what's going on. I probably had one of my worst crash outs on stream today, and it's nothing new. People know that. There's usually, when you play FIFA, most creators are going to have 1 crash out a week. It's kind of guaranteed. Ding, but boys, ding, ding. Today was another level, and we're going to explain why. I want to talk about 2 things in this video. 2 things. One of the things is the ongoing Team of the Year content, all right? EA, let's start with this one because it's the most easy for you guys to understand, level-headed. I just watched Nepenthes. Boys, Nepenthes in his YouTube video today is so disappointed with the content that he's put the F word in his title. Nepenthes has put the F word in his title of his YouTube video today. Do you know how bad that's got to be for content? He also, you know what I want to show you guys with Nep, what he did today as well? Guys, Nepenthes, the content is so bad. We're going to pull up Nep's channel, all right? And I love Nep. Nep's my boy. All right.
Meet Spedience, Gym Monster.
Now, you guys got to understand something. One reason these rats play, there's one reason only, is to get these stupid rewards that nobody can get anyway. So think about it. The logic is just further and further away, right? Like, if you're going to be a rat loser and not play football. First of all, if you're playing a football simulator, usually you would play football. But if you're going to be a rat, it would probably be what? To get a good rank, to get rewards, right? Well, they never get good ranks. They never are in high divisions. They never achieve anything. They don't win. You guys watched me win 17 tournaments last year. These guys can't win a thing. So then they come in for their rewards, right? Well, what do they get? Absolutely nothing, because you can't get anything. It's like you got a better chance of hitting the lottery. These rat losers are so lost, have so much time on their hands, because that's what, I mean, failures are failures, right? What do they have going for them? That they waste their time to get a Team of the Year, to get one of these players. It's a joke.
Title, he put, okay, no, he didn't. Sorry, so that's fake news. Anyways, look. We're going to talk today because there's 2 things I want to show you guys and talk about. I want to cook EA gameplay-wise at the end of this video. That's a lot of what this rant is going to be. The content.
Ding, ding, ding.
The content. I want to talk about the content. I know it's not supposed to be easy to get a Team of the Year. I know.
Guys, this game came out, or this video came out 23 minutes ago. Notice that everything Nick is saying, I've been saying. Notice the game that's on my screen right now, right? Notice, by the way, this team is sick, I must say so myself. I'm pretty excited, bro. I'm not going to lie. Like, getting back to the build-up and being able to play and knowing at least in this game, if I run into RYXXNN13, like, what is it? Let's call him Rickson. Let's just call him Rickson. If you play a rat like Rickson, but in eFootball, at least, oh, it's a Division 7 loser trying to use Smart Assist. Okay, I'll turn on Smart Assist and beat him over the head with it. You can't do that with the inconsistent gameplay in FC. And then, at least you have that safety net. But, in the meantime, you can still play some great football. So why on earth would you choose, if you're me, to keep playing FC, even though I made it more fun with the Evos to Glory, even though it was extremely motivating to see such great football in the FC Pro Championships, even though we can't play like that because console, because inconsistent gameplay, because PC, even if you're PC, because of hackers, right? It doesn't matter because the servers, the gameplay is so bad. And then you got this crap on top of it.
No, we talked about this. But man, I'm not asking for an 8220. EA, I'm not asking for an 8220 because I think, well, that shouldn't have happened last year. You actually made it easier to get Team of the Years out of SBCs than it was from the store if you just spammed it, because you didn't have to spend money for that. But this has got...
And the reason they did that last year is because they had a record-crashing number. But now they've made it impossible unless you pay money. So they lost money last year because players left. So they tried to get players in by giving them Team of the Years, by giving them all these crazy rewards, by please play our game. Now this year they're doing the same, only they're doing it differently in the sense that you can't get these top players. So all you gambling addicts, all you rat losers that are wasting your time to not even play football, that want these rewards, you're going to play, you're going to have a terrible rank, and you're going to have to buy packs in the store, which still have terrible odds, as I've shown before. But that's basically what this situation is. So let's get into this beautiful gameplay, which, by the way, to give EA credit, the game could be good. You can do some good things in FC. But there's just way too much BS. And that's exactly what I guarantee you Nick's going to be talking about. So let's get into it.
The game you had for your standards, what you released in the beginning of the year, was so much better than anybody had expected, outside of the delay on console, which you guys still don't address.
Do you hear this, Rickson? By the way, guys who are watching this video, this rat loser that I'm using as the example today, obviously there's not just him. He's the example, though. He's in chat saying all this crap as Nick speaks the exact facts that I speak every time. So you heard what he just said, right? The game at the beginning of the year was great, to the point where I literally sold my community on coming over. I believed in it that much. And guys that swore they would never play FC again gave it a try. Guys like my boy Phil, who I pretty much... I know I don't because they decided to buy the game, but I feel in my heart like I almost owe them the refund for buying FC, because it was a great game at the beginning. It truly was. That game where I beat Gabarros in the beta and showcase the game, yes, it was cool to beat a number 4 player in the world. That's a huge bragging rights, right? The day after he beat Tex. But it was more so to show how good the game was. It was all football. And they just totally destroyed it, probably to keep players like Rickson playing, because these losers can't play football, so they got to dumb it down. But either way, notice what else he said right off the bat. The inconsistent gameplay. Besides that, the game was good at the beginning. Now, you have the inconsistent gameplay, and the game's not as good.
The game will still never be good until you fix console delay. But playing this game on PC, the amount of space, the responsiveness, the ability to have to manual defend... I lost 3 games in Foot Champs today. I was doing really well, and I lost my mind, pure head loss, because I lost to 2 players playing the exact same play style and getting rewarded for it. EA, you guys are the most spineless cowards I have seen for not having the balls to make the game good again and make the game manual. We had that in the beginning. You guys have been putting out all...
They do this for players like this Rickson 13. Again, if you're in the North America area... watch out for this rat loser. If you play... Now, there's billions of these guys, right? But again, I challenge you, if and when you face this loser, to share the video with me. Because here's what you're going to see. You're going to see a loser that can't play football. So instead of realizing, hey, maybe I could actually try to play the sport that I'm playing a simulation of, they take advantage of the trash that EA Sports isn't fixed. To the point where I start to think, like, does EA Sports leave the game in this terrible state to get these losers to play, because these losers make up a lot of the player base in FC nowadays? You got to ask that question, because why else would they keep the game like this?
All these BS patches saying you're fixing AI, it's nowhere near as much as it needs to be. You didn't fix any AI in this latest update. 2%. It needs to be 30%. 30 more percent. 40 more percent. I'm going to show you why. All right? I want you guys to watch... When I lose a game, look at the ability of me. Look what I do. What do? Well, I switch on ball, okay? Well, okay. Right? Sure. I want you to watch
AI.
How this guy defends at a plus 10 elo game. EA, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable, guys. You have absolute rats on this game that defend like that.
You hear that? You hear that? Rickson. It's funny, because what was one of the things I was saying about you and your dog crap play? He relies so much on delay, and he's so bad in every area that when he defended, I destroyed him with 3-second delay. But when he did win the ball, he didn't win the ball. He literally just sat back, pushed his player away from the ball so he didn't have to defend himself, knowing that with delay he could use R1 and get the ball back. You cannot do that in good gameplay. But it doesn't stop these players from trying. And apparently in this game, it's exactly what happened to Nick. When you manually defend, you're going to get beat sometimes. That's fine. But then when you're on the other end, when you're going in to score and your loser opponent gets these advantages, no different than like running on a breakaway, perfectly good finish that you finished a million times, but because there's delay and 2 extra touches are taken and it goes straight into the goalie, right? These things ruin the game because then these players that have no business even competing, they're not playing football. So it just defeats the purpose. So now you're losing to these players that will never achieve anything in the game, that could care less that they suck at the game, that make the game look crap. So why would people keep playing?
Tuck their team in, put Bruiser on both fullbacks, hold R1 like it's their religion, and they all use Pina up top. And they play the ball to Pina, and Pina does the prime Messi season of 2012 against you.
You guys already know who Rickson's team was, by the way. I don't even know. Again, this is one player that serves as the example of the hundreds and thousands that all of us play. They're one and the same. All these failures have that same failure mindset. Oh, I suck, but I don't have nothing going for my life, so I'm going to play this game because I can take shortcuts and actually win. Not, I'm going to get better. I love football. I'm going to learn to play football, and I'm going to climb the ranks, or I'm going to get better. I'm going to get more wins. No, it's constant low ranks, low division bullcrap. But every now and then, they're going to get those wins. And when there's so many of these rat losers out there, that every now and then, when they get the wins, is going to come against us sometimes. Especially when we don't play the trash that they play. It's no different than eFootball. Right? You either choose to turn on Smart Assist and beat your opponent over the head with what they're trying to abuse, or you keep it off. But at least you have that choice. In FC, you don't have a choice.
It is so boring to play every game. I play 15 games of Foot Champs, and I see 13 to 14 Pinas every weekend league. And the irony is these guys all play the same style. They don't play any football. They sit back holding R1 and running around with their midfielder with 5 midfielders, and then they play a counter and they're off. All they do is counter spam. They essentially played a 4-2-1-3. And, you know, I sit here and I'm like, multiple times, I can't even point out in this video. I'm not going to be able to. All right. Oh, you know, and this is what I'm mad about. So I go to the market and I buy a Team of the Year Pacho. And that's what my Pacho decides to do when I should be winning the ball. And the irony here is that if my opponent was doing the AI with his center mid, he would have won the ball here. And there was another play where Pacho in a passing lane didn't intercept plus. He didn't get the ball. The ball just bounced right back. So the bounces, the rebounds, I'm going crazy playing this game. I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy playing this game, guys. It's what EA have done to help these bad players in the last couple of weeks because they refuse. Guys, they refuse. Let's just watch how this guy defends. This is one of the back-to-back losses, right?
Exactly what my point is. You can't keep playing these games no matter how many chances. I'm a football gamer, right? I give each game chance after chance after chance. Patches come out, you're like, maybe they learn, maybe it's... And you hope, but when you're wrong, eventually you have to move on. And when this is the game, when you're facing these Rickson 13s over and over and over, and by the way, when I say Rickson 13, I might just say Rat 13. He's 13 out of 13 million, let's just make up. Because that's that one way that they play, by they I mean every rat, is to exploit everything, play zero football, whatever they have to do to get a win, to get their chance at their Team of the Year. All while, remember this part, this is very important, all while still finishing low rank, low division, never achieving anything. So there's not like, oh, well, I do it because I like being top ranked. Oh, I do it because it helps me get into FC Pro. Oh, I do it because I make money. I got to win. My community only likes when I win, so that's how I win. My community likes when I rat because I teach them how to rat, but I make money doing... No, it's none of that. They're sitting off in their little loser existence, deciding to do what you're seeing on screen, And no one can stand these losers. Now, all these guys will stop short of telling the truth like I am, because maybe they think, oh, people think I'm too mean, or some of these rats might be my followers, or whatever. I don't care, because I'm speaking the truth and we all know it. We just need these rats to know it, because maybe at least the ones who have some type of humility, some type of balls, will realize how big of losers they are and stop doing this nonsense. Most likely not. But this is where we're at. At least it's better than doing nothing.
And then it's always these games, the same type of player, the ones that have Pina, the ones that don't player switch on ball. And it's these games that when you do player switch on ball, you start not winning the ball. You start getting no rebounds.
Ding,
it's
ding,
disgusting from EA, man, what they put in this game.
Let me add to that. It's these players like Rickson13, like the loser earlier. I forgot his name, but he came in the chat. It's these types of players where you also face the worst connection, face the worst delay. There's not a coincidence there. It's facts, guys. It's always the losers where this stuff happens. That's the bottom line. Players using hotspots, that's a fact, because when the connection's bad, they've learned that it sort of will even out the odds somewhat. We've seen in tournaments just how that works. I won 17 tournaments playing on 100, 250 ping. I've faced many players where I literally will lose, challenge them where I host, beat them 7-0. Right? At the end of the day, when us normal players, turn on the game, we want to play football, and that's what we do. But unfortunately, there is losers out there that turn on the game and say, I just want to win, I don't care. I just want to ruin the game for other people, I don't care. Whatever it is. But the last thing they're thinking about is actually competing and playing football, and it ruins the game for everyone, especially when EA Sports is so incompetent they can't see this and get rid of this nonsense, so these losers can't abuse this stuff and ruin the game for those who actually want to play the game how it's supposed to be played. It's a complete joke.
Genuinely disgusting. And it makes me sick. It makes me sick, bro. Let's look at the game before. You know, I don't know. I think this guy was probably just spamming the Pina all game. Let's see what Pina does against us, man. It's and you know, it's just Pina all year. She's just been insane. And it's so tiring and taxing to play against Pina, bro. I think he scored a nice finesse there. So, I mean, the bottom line is, guys, like, when we're just talking about this game, right? EA, you guys, I don't understand with you guys. All right, that's fine. It's just most of my experience in Weekend League, and this is where I know this is a problem, okay? Out of 15 players, 13 people use the same exact player. Even during Team of the Year, they use an 88 or an 87 Pina. Okay? First of all, first issue. Team variety, almost zero. The second...
Boz hits the nail on the head. Comes in with the clutch observation, and it's obvious, but it's a very good point that needs to be made. These rat losers, they want to be better than they are. They want their chance to get a Team of the Year player, right? They want their chance to maybe get a better rank. But the craziest part is when they don't, when they do all this and don't get the Team of the Year. You've seen me get the exact same rewards as these losers, right? You've seen me open them, and it's nothing. And that's what they get weekend after weekend after weekend. They go into divisions. They can't get to the top. Week after week after week. They go into anything they do, and they leave low rank or at most mid rank. It's like if you're going to be abusing stuff, at least have some achievements to at least show something for you wasting your time in a football sim to not even play football, and yet they have nothing to show, and they still will not realize that, hey, if I truly want to be better, I'm going to actually have to get some skill and play football. That's what a normal player would think. That's what a winner would think. But these are losers, guys. So when I say rat loser, I'm not name calling. When I say there's no way you were raised like from winners, because nobody would raise such a loser. I know that's harsh, but it's true. You see somebody doing that, you get to know these tendencies aren't just made up. No winner. Picture this in your head. Picture a winner in life that's succeeding, that's a top footballer, or top in school, or has a great job if they're older and runs a company. Picture a winner in life going, hey guys, I'll talk to you later. I love FC. I love gaming. I got to go play now. Yeah, I got to go into champs. I can't wait to. Hopefully, I can exploit every game. Like I get terrible connection. I could spam through balls because I have a chance of getting a team of the year. But if I have to actually play with skill, I'm screwed. I'm gonna lose. I lose every game when I can't exploit things. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later though. I'll let you know how it goes. Hopefully every game's terrible connection. You know what I mean? Like no winner is so lazy that they don't work to get better skill-wise and get better at the actual game. No winner would waste their time doing that, guys. That's just the truth. There's no denying that.
Grind. Thank God you're bringing icon swaps. But EA, it's been a total disaster and a disappointment. In what world do you think not updating this game? Guys, don't even get me started. My short-term memory loss. When the game came out, what did I say was the two biggest problems with this game? Kickoff, corners. January 26th. What are two of the largest problems still with this game? It's like IRL Arsenal playing this game.
Ding, ding,
50%
ding.
of goals come from short corners. And the other 20% before the 30% from open play come from kickoffs.
Ding, ding, ding.
You still haven't fixed it. You made it 5% better. You have not fixed it. Because again, as Inception always cooks you guys, all you guys do is hot fixes. Because you're too spineless to actually make efforts to make big changes. You did it for the first time ever this year. First time I ever seen you guys do a big update. And you went back on it. Because you were too upset that you made the Timmies mad. So, you know what? I'm very disappointed.
You made the Rixons mad. You made, and remember this name, like I said, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong about this player. RYXXNN13. If you're in the North America region, when you face that name, and I forgot what it is. It's actually, forget that, because that's his Twitch name. It's something stupid, something else online. Hopefully, maybe he'll think this is good promotion and tell us his PSN. So when you match this player, you can see what I mean. And you'll go, man, I face hundreds of them. And that's the problem. These same players, there's ones from today. I can give you a couple more. Right? If I go in here, this Cookie Jam, okay? This Brickwall Braylon, I ended up beating him, but he was a total rat. Like, I could go down the line. I don't remember all their names. It's Sedan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see who else we have. Big Torta was one. I could find a ton. If you can remember those names and play them, you'll see what I mean. You're not going to go in and see them play and say, man, they have skill, right? And why is this tied to EA Sports being so terrible at their job? Because when these development companies are trashed, like Strikers at UFL, which at one point was a promising game, then the players actually have to decide to play football. Actually have to decide,
Pointed at you guys, EA.
This game's going to be pointless if we just go for exploits. Let's just play football, because that's why waste our time if not? We all grew up doing it. We all grew up seeing these glitches in games in the offline era, and we would ban them ourselves because it was no one went in the backyard and said, oh, I want to practice this glitch. Or no, we wanted to play football like all of our favorite real-world footballers. But somewhere down the line, in the past decade to 2 decades, it's changed. Now it's like, oh, I got to win. I got to have a chance to get my team of the year. Oh, I got to win because I lose at everything in life. Whatever it is, now there's so many players that will turn on a game to find exploits. It's a joke. And EA Sports, because they're so incompetent, you're just stuck in a pool of shit with that game, with FC.
There's a lot of players that would get 15-0 on FIFA that can't fucking win a game on that game.
Ding, ding, ding.
Because it requires your brain. So when Inception and me, and we tell you guys these things, and you guys don't listen because you want to go in Discords with pros that want ratty mechanics, I'm lost for words, bro. I know the comments will say, like, people were cooking me at the beginning of the year because I wanted the R1 dribbling back. Yeah, I want responsive dribbling because I want to be able to left stick and pass the ball because I know this AI is going to go this way this year. So all I'm going to say is this EA, you guys listen to the wrong people at the EA headquarters, and you guys listen to the wrong people about the advice of your game. Because what you should have done this year is kept the game the way it was for another month in the beginning, really made an impact on corners and kickoffs, like really fixed it, and been avidly working every single day on console responsiveness.
Console responsiveness is the key, because no matter what was just said before that, if you don't fix that, these rats have the advantage. And that's what you're going to face. All these things Nick's talking about is 100% true, and we all know that. But the console responsiveness, notice he said it last. Now, does that have something to do with him moving to PC? He didn't even finish his champs on console, and I don't blame him. Does it have something to do with the fact that he's playing on single-digit ping? I mean, you can't say it doesn't, but at the same time, while all the other things need to be fixed, because EA Sports sucks in many ways, all of it's null and void because you're always going to face these rat losers that exploit things in FC, which is why, despite being motivated to play after kind of being close to leaving before, my community, some of my community in Discord know I talked to him about it. So this is when I was 9-2 in champs. This is when I was on my way to my team of the year pick that all these rats play and want so bad that half the time they can't earn the rewards that they want anyways because they're so bad. They only can win when there's terrible connection. Even then I was almost done, but because FC Pro Championship was so good and it was motivating, like, you know, when you watch football and makes you want to go play. But even that couldn't keep me in. It almost made it worse once I did play because I realized these pros are playing on LAN. FC Pro Finals, they're on LAN. Our games, especially on console, as Nick's saying, are so unresponsive, so terrible. Then you add in the rats, and now you say, why play? So you go to eFootball. Well, Smart Assist, dude, 100% you're right. Smart Assist is a joke. Konami is a joke just as much as FC. For not removing this, not for even thinking about putting this in, but it's the same thing as EA Sports. There's a lot of rats that probably only play this game because it has Smart Assist. However, I have Smart Assist off right now. If I choose to turn it on because this player's abusing it, I choose to. If not, this is the type of football that I can go in and play here. And you're about to witness it firsthand. I'm not picking a game where, you know, I'm playing a bad opponent or where I guarantee it's going to be good football. As you can see, I'm doing this live. When you watch this video, this game is coming from a stream where I'm actively showing why I switched to eFootball today. Because eventually you got to say enough's enough. Now, it would be amazing if Konami could at least go back to what they had before, where if you want to keep Smart Assist in, somewhat keep it in only in events. But again, even if they kept Smart Assist, at least in this game, one, you know exactly what the main issue is. Two, you can choose to turn it on too if you want to. So as we wait, which this is a great part, I should be doing more here, and I eventually will, because FC doesn't have this, but as my opponent's making their tactical adjustments, which is great, I love this part, it adds a skill gap to the tactic side, and you can choose more than just one setup. My opponent's going to look to use the width more, right, as I'm going more narrow, more tiki-taka. Who knows his playstyle? Other players will. They'll know that Xavi Alonso has the ability to do playstyle-wise, and they would adjust accordingly. All that's amazing. But what really makes this game still worth playing is those glimpses of that classic PES, beautiful football where you're like, this is football. I scored a goal yesterday. Hadn't been that excited about a goal that I scored in forever. The passing plays, the movement, you don't get that in FC. Now, the little details where it shows like FC clearly gets it to an extent. Some of the adjustments, the body move, the shifting the hips to finish certain shots, like they show that they do get it to an extent. And a lot of those details, especially like the goalie reactions in eFootball, terrible. Their defensive system, terrible, unrealistic. But the weight of the passes, the way the ball movement works in this game, is second to none. And then you add in the rest that I talked about. Why would you not play eFootball and hope that it can improve? And if not, when Goals comes out, hope that it does a great job and meets all the hype, which is where UFL failed, right? Because the answer, if you're a football gamer like me and you have to play football, the answer, I promise, is not playing FC with how it's going. Great switch. Van Dijk on the run. Good ball. I try to move. Don't know why my defender didn't get it, so we're down 1-0. So we'll find out quickly if it's Smart Assist. And if it is, we'll turn it on too. Or we'll choose not to. To be determined. Oh yeah, he's got it on. The way my defender just moved. Yep, he's got it on. Alright, so now we get to go do this. Because it makes your defenders worse. Does that suck? Yes. Is that why Goals could take over? Yes. But guess what? Players want to use Smart Assist. Players want to use Smart Assist, then we use Smart Assist. We'll even do the old Smart Assist system here. Now watch how this changes. Now imagine in FC if you could do this against every rat. How many rats do you think would stay in and play this game? I wonder that. Notice how my player didn't do anything? Don't ask me what just happened there. Now, if I didn't have Smart Assist on there, he would have won that ball because he does have Smart Assist on. It's the dumbest thing in the world. But that's how it works in this game. That's the unfortunate part. Come on, Hully, Hully. No precision shooting, another area that sucks in this game. See what I'm saying? See how it changes? Now notice his defender didn't react. Is it silly? Yes, but with how bad these games are, at least in this game, you have a rebuttal. At least in this game. Now, does this show how stupid Smart Assist is and why they should just remove it? Of course it does, which is good. That's what we want. But in the meantime, at least... Why did he just run forward like that, I wonder? That was kind of silly, wasn't it? Yeah, I got to get to that point where I can beat these guys without Smart Assist for sure. But at the very least, it shows the ridiculousness of this. That was played to my center mid. Why it didn't go to my center mid, I have no idea. Notice how the game turned on its head. Funny enough, right? Offsides. Should have played that ball earlier. Here we go. Look at the back post. All right. We'll at least tie it in the second half. Hopefully we can take the lead, too. So you see the ridiculousness in both games. But at least you can turn it on and play Smart Assist. I'm just, as you can see, I'm destroying my opponent, but it's just one of those games. See how it goes, though. At least you can have a way to answer back. Come on. You can't make this up, boys. Look at that. How would he have gotten there? Look at this. So set up, it's not even funny. so set up it's not even funny, guys. You think that's not like script? Goal. You think that's not a script? There's no way. Now you have to deal with that, but at least you can turn it on and take away the win from these rats. Notice I was down 2-0 when I called what I was going to do in this game. And this is his only recourse. Because he can't mix skill with it. See, I'll play like, okay, and then I do that, of course. But see, I'll mix like up, back, and throughs. Actual skill moves, right? Playing feet. Playing actual football, right? You see what I'm saying? And these guys won't. So I can take Smart Assist and add it to this. And you can't do that in FC. When you play a rat loser, oh my God, come on, Holly. Yes! Oh no! Not fat, not hard enough? Look at, he has no recourse whatsoever. This is all he can hope for. Offsides, right? Look at this. Look at this. I think it's your thing. I don't think my audio is low. It could be. But I'll check. Guys, is the audio low? Look at this. No recourse. Notice that the first 2 goals, my defenders kind of just stopped. Notice the first 2 goals, his goals, my defenders just stopped. I noticed what he was doing. Right? Answered it back. And now, is the game ruined? Yeah. Would it be much better without Smart Assist? Yeah. But at least in eFootball, I have a recourse. I can't help that they added this crap in the game, just like I can't help that EA did what EA did. But to the players trying to ruin the game, at least we have an answer. Watch this. Boom. 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 Oh, I tried. At least we have an answer to it for the rats. And if you combine your skill, right, you should be able to take care of these rats. That's just the bottom line. If you combine your skill with Smart Assist until you get to the point, like I haven't played this game in forever. So once I get to the point where I can beat these players without this stuff, perfect. Until then, at least I have something to help out. Does that make sense? I mean, it's way better than the alternative of not having an answer and having to just lose to the players that I was talking about earlier, the dude that came in. What Nick just made a video on, like, instead of having to deal with that and lose to those players, at least you beat them, move on. And there's no guarantee. I mean, it's only 3-2. But if I keep playing, combining my skill with the same reason the only reason he scored 2 goals in the first place, then I should be fine. How did the goalie save that? See, we're still playing some pretty good football, boys. Goal. What a goal. What a goal that I went far post on and AI switched it to near post. So now, watch this. I'm up by 2. We'll go back off. Like at the beginning when I had it off and he scored 2 on me. So now we're up by 2. Now we go off. Now, pay attention to my defenders. When he plays those balls that I was intercepting each time after, pay attention when they're right next to the ball. Pay attention when he's dribbling. Watch this. I know it's a bit of a risk, but I want to show you what you have to get better at to get to the point where you can play these guys. How do I know? Because I left the game before for this reason. don't like my center back all the way there. He's deep line, though, so. Now, all of a sudden, he's going to win all those. I have to be ready for that. Oh. Look what he's going for. Oh, I pressed it. Did a skill move there too. Interesting. Why won't it let me do my skill move? I'm trying. But yeah, it's just crazy, guys. It's crazy that this is where these games are at. Still can play closer to real football when you play eFootball, though. Right. And at least you have an answer. Imagine all the other games when you played some rat exploiting piece of crap and you actually had an answer. So as bad as Smart Assist sucks, that's the bright side of it. Look. Notice he won that through ball though, initially. Now some of these players, you're not going to be so much better than that you can go down 2-0, give them a chance, recognize it, and change. And that's the part that sucks. And that's where a lot of players that may not have used Smart Assist initially go to Smart Assist. Is they start trailing in these games. They say, nope, not worth it. They do it a few times. I mean, look at the shots. Look at the game. This should have never even been 2-0 down. Crazy only scored 4, but you guys get the point. So, I don't see how there's any argument over switching and over what game to play. Now, when Goals comes out, it really just depends if they deliver or not. If I were them, I hope they've seen all this mess from these other games and actually give us a good football game, man. I really do. Who knows if they will, but that's where we're at. $90 coins. I'm happy with my team. I just wanted to see what they had, what they were working with. Xabi Alonso, Coleman, Arteta, Big Pepe, McManaman, Fortress, Claude McAlely. Is he an Anchorman? No, Destroyer. Manchester B. Chance one of Grealish. Yeah. So that's where we're at, guys. Hopefully I made some sense to you guys. Maybe not. But the bottom line is most of you guys have given up on FC a long time ago. So that part really isn't something you have to worry about. It's more about, are you making the right choice playing eFootball? And hopefully I at least made some sense as to why I believe you are in the right. Now, if you feel like he's making a mistake because of X, Y, and Z, leave it in the comment section, please. I don't want to waste my time. I'm trying to help you not waste your time. If there's some trash in eFootball that I'm not seeing, or a downside that I'm not seeing, other than hopefully they get rid of this crap, hopefully we all can help by being vocal. Hopefully, if you have to use Smart Assist, you can find a way to, like, hey, if my opponent's going to do it and he's driving me crazy, I just want to play football. Clearly they don't want to. Boom, I can turn it on, combine my skill, and win with it. If you can't figure out how to do it like that, then maybe it's not, this game isn't for you, because unfortunately you're going to run into Smart Assist a lot. There's going to be times where you're going to have to make that tough choice. If you're a top player, then you can probably regularly beat those guys. But there's going to be that even match player where Smart Assist puts them over the edge. It might just be something like the shot they take, right? The AI corrects it and it goes in when otherwise it would have been saved or hit the post. And that might be a difference and win the game for them. And you have to decide if against in those games you're going to fight them with fire and use Smart Assist, or say, nope, never touching it, in which case, kudos. But in my humble opinion, as crappy of a situation that is, it's still better than FC and UFL, where you can't control a damn thing when your opponents start exploiting stuff, whether it's a bad connection in EA Sports and people start spamming crosses, or through balls where you can't switch to your defender, or UFL with the through ball glitch, or R1, R2 sprint where the player's flying by you and you have no way to keep up with them defensively. At least in eFootball, you can flip on Smart Assist and hit them right back with it. So that's my take. Make sure you like and subscribe. Join my Discord. Check out my YouTube bio for ways you can support the channel and get great perks. I have more from eFootball coming soon. Peace out.